Welcome to the Solar Coaster, a renewable energy themed talk show right here in lovely Maui County. All right, and we're here at Canadian Solar. Pretty stoked. I saw in the literature before the show that Canadian Solar was offering a solar plus battery system. So we kind of hightailed it over here to see what was going on. Want to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are.
Sure. My name's George Quo. I'm a Senior Director of Product Management. What that means, I manage a product portfolio for the North America.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I'm Dave Gould. I'm tech support for the EPQ.
Awesome. So you know that in Maui and Hawaii, solar plus battery is really important. 90% of permit pulls right now have batteries, right?
Yeah.
So Canadian Solar has been around for a couple decades, and I understand you started in 2002. Now you got this product. Tell us what's going on here. What's going on with the modules? What's going on with the storage? I mean, where do you want to start?
Yeah. So what you're looking at here is the full system for residential, your home, right? So from the right is our beautiful black on black modules, the next generation module, 405 watts up to 420 watts. It's going to be awesome. And to pair with that is our energy storage system. What we have here on the top would be the hybrid inverters with modularized battery. What that means is if you need more capacity, battery capacity, you just add more module.
Yep.
Each module is less than 70 pounds, so
yep.
it's easy to maneuver. And
that's nice.
Yeah. And then to complete that is what we call smart gateway. It's essentially the hub. This is where we control where all the energy is going to go.
Yeah.
It's got 6 different ports, so if you need more capacity, we can add more. And if you have diesel generator or EV charger, the interface, connect it right into it.
Gotcha.
So it's all in one.
So those 6 ports, they're for multiple batteries or generators. They're basically, you can connect whatever you want to it?
Yep.
Interesting. What's the inverter stats inside? Is it like, what's the power capability?
Yeah, so the simple spec is a 7.6 kilowatt system. Each battery is 3.4 kilowatts, so you have configuration from 10 kilowatt hours all the way up to almost 20 kilowatt hours
in one tower.
Yep.
Right. So how much is this one right here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 3, 15,
4.
15.
This is where the DC disconnect would be, and your wiring for your
Oh, that's
PV.
interesting. So a lot of the kind of bird's nest that's inside of the house is inside the encasement. Is actual. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely. So we do that for with the intention to make it easier to install and nicer looking, right? Because then you should really just see 2 boxes plus your conduit, and that's it.
Oh, wild.
We absorb everything else inside both the smart gateway and the hybrid inverter.
That's kind of neat. So this right here has 4 3.5
3.4
kilowatt hour modules. So 3, 4, 12, so 13, 13.2.
Right.
So 13.2 kilowatt hours and a 7.6 inverter, and then all your DC disconnects, etc., inside of that area. That's pretty rad. And you can go up to 20, so it would be substantially taller, right?
No, go up to 6. 6 of them makes it 20 kilowatt hours.
20 kilowatt hours.
Right.
And how tall? That must be like 8 feet tall. Is this an indoor or outdoor rated product?
It's a NEMA 4X, so indoor or outdoor.
Both.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. And
so to clarify, we have 4 here, so if you wanted 2 more, it's another 16 inches. So it'd just be up here if you have a full 20 kilowatt hour stack.
And this looks like it stacks on the ground, not necessarily mounted. Is that right?
Yes, you have 2 options. You can do wall mounts. We have a L-shaped bracket.
Right.
But we have limitations to how high it can go because it needs to be accessible for the disconnects.
Right.
So you could probably only go like a foot or 2 off the ground, but that's good enough for flooding issues or any clearance issues.
So you do up to 20 kilowatt hours in a stack, you said, right?
Yep.
And then you have 6 ports. Does that mean that each of those ports could house 20? So you can do 120 kilowatt hours?
You got some powerful backup.
Hey, we got some big houses in Maui, man, so I know people that would be like, give them all to me. I want to get it all.
For every stack, you need the inverter as well. So for one stack, you have one hybrid inverter.
Yep.
And then for the next stack is also another hybrid inverter.
Right.
And so up through the gateway will be your AC disconnect breaker.
Right, gotcha.
So you're not just stacking batteries, you have to have an inverter.
Does that mean in an off-grid scenario, I assume the gateway affords you energy security for when the power goes out, you island, right? So when it islands, what does your power capabilities look like? Let's say you have one of these. Is it 7.6 directly to the house?
Yeah, I can answer that. So when the full sun, if this is connected to the PV panel, right, you will stay at 7.6 kilowatt when the sun's up.
Yep.
When the sun's down, you just run a battery only, then depends on how many batteries you have.
Right.
The minimum configuration gives you 5 kilowatt.
Yep.
But the max configuration of 4, 5, or 6 battery
yep.
give you the same 7.6 kilowatt.
Okay, so you get that 7.6 kilowatts of power at a given moment delivered
right.
to the house in a nighttime, is that a grid outage scenario?
Yep.
Right, so 7.6 is pretty, that's a lot of power. I know my running wattages in the house never exceed that in my home. I have a pretty efficient home.
Yeah.
So that means that you'd be able to utilize that energy during an outage, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then let's see, what else? Do you?
Can I add one more thing?
Please do, yeah.
When there's outages, right, it depends on how fast you transition to the battery.
Yep.
That's a big factor.
Yep.
Right? If you have a long delay between transitions, now you have to restart all your appliances.
Yeah.
We have a very fast auto transfer switch, which will be seamless. So you literally will not see much glitch.
So
right?
maybe even the clock doesn't change. Maybe.
Yeah. And one more thing, in anticipating people running big appliances like huge AC conditioning or a well pump or stuff like that.
Yeah.
We also supply you 22 kVA rush current. What that means is I can start my appliances seamlessly.
Oh, like inrush current stuff?
Yep.
Like big 22 kVA?
22 kVA.
So it can really handle big shifts in loads.
Yep.
Right? Oh, amazing. And then one of the interesting things about a module manufacturer moving into the solar plus battery space is that you have warranties on the modules. You have, I suppose you have certain warranties on the batteries and the cube. What do those look like? What do the warranties look like? How does it kind of wrap up?
Yeah, I can answer that. So module is 25 years warranty. For the EP Cube is 10 years warranty. The batteries is 10 years, 6,000 cycles. Right, so that's all warranted.
10 years, and those are lithium iron phosphate, I assume?
LFP batteries.
Right, LFP batteries. Very
Much
cool.
safer.
Very cool. Okay, are there any other kind of technical innovation points that you want to mention?
Well, we talk about the capacity, flexibility stuff. We do our best trying to make it easier for installer, right? Trying to make it look nicer for the homeowner. So if you look at it, it's not as just square boxes.
Right.
It's got
cool
round
looking.
edges.
I like the way it looks.
And one last thing I want, if you can see the camera, this is very slim, very sleek looking, right?
Right.
So it's gonna look nice at your house.
Yeah, there's an aesthetic here. How about your PV to the inverter sizing ratio? Is it like a 1.2 or 1.3?
Very technical question. Awesome.
Oh, I haven't even started yet.
So back to, you asked us, is anything interesting for module manufacturing to go look at all the power electronics, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, there's a couple of reasons. One is module technology is moving so fast.
Yep.
Power electronics sometimes does not necessarily accommodate those technology innovations.
Yep.
One of the area is the current supply from the module. It's
Yep.
getting bigger, right?
Yep.
It's tougher for your traditional residential power conversion to handle that.
Yeah.
So enough of that, we'll take care of that. So this PV system, we can handle 2-to-1 DC
2-to-1,
AC
nice.
ratio.
Wow,
so
sweet.
fill it up,
Yeah.
maximize it. And the second thing is, with those panels and the new technology, the short circuit current, operating current is much higher,
Yeah.
right? So this one, if you look at our sheets, this will be 16 amps MPPT and or 20 amps short circuit current.
Right.
So that can handle the module technology today and the coming year.
Right. So do you have multiple MPPTs in here?
4.
4. So like if you had 4 roof planes, for example, you would wire the individual array to a given MPPT, right?
Exactly. It could be have south facing, west facing, not ideal, but hey, don't matter.
Nice. And then all the modules, then they're running in series basically, but to that one MPPT, right?
Yes.
Gotcha. Nice. That's a pretty integrated solution, my friend. I dig it. And then so now, what's going on in the world of modules with Canadian? Might as well talk about that. That's what you guys do, right? So anything new happen in that space?
So simply put, through objective, more power, cost less.
Yeah, that's it. Keep it simple.
And that drives a lot of innovations that you're seeing, right? We talk about larger format modules, meaning the solar cells getting bigger. That give me efficiency, give me better manufacturing costs, right? Bigger piece of cost, a little bit less. So that's one part of it. The other one is technology. To get you more power in the same size cells is a cell technology. So the direction we're moving to, TOPCon.
Say again?
TOPCon technology. So
TOPCon?
Yeah, TOPCon.
TOPCon?
Yeah.
TOPCon. I don't know what that is. What is that?
Just an N-type module with the different cells.
Okay. So we're talking about PV science now.
Yes.
Okay. N-type module, TOPCon technology. That's what you're moving towards. I see they're half-cut cells. You've got lower resistance, right? You've got higher wattages overall. Yeah. You've probably got. It looks like. Is it cut into two? The twin? Is that what you got going on there? Is it like one top section and one bottom section? Am I seeing that? It is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I suppose bus bars like on each of the 3 columns.
Yeah, junction box and backfill the same.
Right. Yeah. So, all right. So like you probably have some with that, if you get some shading in a certain area, it's just going to hit the 1/3 or 1/6, I suppose, of the panel.
Right, and even more. So as you kind of talk about, we do this so-called split cell or half cut.
Yeah.
Right. The reason for that, as you say, reducing resistance. But even more than that is about the reliability, right?
Oh yeah.
So this one will have a much lower temperature, much lower heating.
Right.
So is it generally better for PV generation, also for reliability?
It's a good looking panel. I like the way it looks.
Yeah.
I like the black on black, and then I like the half cut cells. And is that a 66 cell?
54 cell. Format.
54 cell. Yeah. It's a little bit shorter. So really residential, conventional residential format, right? Like a 40 by 65-ish?
Mainly, if you can look at the cells, those are getting bigger.
The cells are getting bigger.
Cells getting bigger, so I need a less number of cells.
Okay.
To get the same power.
Okay,
if I fill up 60 cells, this thing's going to be like about 550 watts.
It's going to be a big sail up there on the roof. It's going to be tough to put it on, right? Wind grabs. I've handled 72 cell modules on a roof. It's not very easy. It's a 2-man carry. Very good. A lot of cool innovation steps. I was just thinking about the scalability of this type of system. If you've got 7.6 and you got 6 ports, that's like 6 times 7, 40, 50 kilowatts of potential power. Am I reading that right? Does it stack like that?
Yeah. It's parallel.
So you got 50 kilowatts of potential power. So if you got a big house with pools and spas and you're charging multiple Teslas and a big palace somewhere, right? You actually could put one of these systems in, and it would do the job, right? Yeah. That's pretty radical. And then right here, in and of itself, just one battery, and with the integrated. I like the casing on the DC disconnects that you mentioned, because in the past we've seen like a lot of stuff on the side of the house. It's never what you think it's going to be. I'm going to get this nice little box. It actually is a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah. So the idea of that being integrated there is really, I think, a nice value proposition.
We have it integrated with the Tigo rapid shutdown and AP Smart.
Very familiar with the Tigo.
And then we also have an emergency button as well.
So the Tigo stuff is there.
Yes, you can
you don't do it on the module level.
Well, our transmitter, we have it integrated already in the inverter.
Oh, neato. Yeah. Oh, cool. Wow, very good. Well, I've learned a lot about Canadian Solar. I'm stoked to see that you guys are moving in this space. And I guess that's pretty much it. So thank you very much for your time today. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Aloha, guys.
Aloha.
Thank you. Right. That's it. Solar Coaster Live, RE Plus 2022 here with Canadian Solar.